Hello and welcome to a new video, and as you can see, it's of a mystery item. This is one of my new pickups that I've got, and I got the item from Amazon UK, and I ordered it a few days ago and opted for them to deliver it to a pickups location to say, because they didn't have free delivery and it would have racked it up. And a special thank you to a YouTuber called Player Essence, because I was asking his advice on this particular item, and I opted to pick it up. So yeah, we finally have it, and it was on sale, which made it a little bit easier to swallow in terms of obviously the price of the actual item itself. And also, as you can see here, we've finally got it. So without further ado, we shall commence the unboxing, and then we'll go into more detail about this particular item. And there we have it. And as you can see, it's of the video game Bravely Default Flying Fairy, and I think it's the remastered. And yeah, this is my first Switch 2 game, and it was on sale for £24.40 in obviously UK sterling, and I think it's dropped down to about £23.10. Now, I do know a little bit of history behind the game. Bravely Default, I forget as it's known in Japan, but also known as Bravely Default Flying Fairy, was a 2012 role-playing video game developed by Silicon Studio and published by Square Enix for the Nintendo DS. So obviously it's not exactly a new game, and was originally released in 2012. And apparently there was also a sequel to the actual game as well. Now this one is a high-definition remaster developed by Cattle Call, titled Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster, quite a mouthful, and was released as a launch title for Nintendo Switch 2 in 2025. So I'll briefly show you, because I'm obviously reading off Wikipedia, I'll briefly show the original on the 3DS, which I've never owned that console, which I've still got to get around to getting at. And I do love the red, so you can tell the difference between the Switch 1 and the Switch 2. Don't think there's much on the back. We'll check out what it says on the back, and then we'll talk about some more key features of the actual game, because this is actually quite unique, and we'll go into the details why. The story, so I get into focus there. The story of light and shadow that never fades, reborn, beautifully remastered in HD, strategy turn-based battles, new features and content, and players. I think it's only, looks like it, can't see here, I think it's only a one player on TV mode, one player when you've got the console put on its stand, and on handheld it's still one player. And obviously got it's from Square Enix, and it is rated 12. Now, the elephant in the room with this particular game is that it's a game key card. So what that means is basically is that you get the cart, but the actual game itself isn't on the actual cartridge itself. Now, there's been a lot of controversy because a lot of games, some games, or especially the third-party games, the Switch 2, have been put on key cards rather than putting it onto the full cart itself. So all of Nintendo's games, so for example, are on the cartridge itself, and I know that Cyberpunk is on a cartridge, which is a 64GB cartridge, and I think there's one or two others games. It's one or two other games that I remember, which I can't remember offhand, that use 64GB cartridge. Now, with the Switch 1, there were various different size carts, where there was, I think there was an 8, 16, 32, and 64. and obviously depending on the size of the game and obviously compression. And some companies refused or didn't want to sit there and pay for the cartridge, and even though they could have put it on an 8 GB or 16, and I'm guessing that's merely because that they don't want to sit there and pay the money. And with the Switch 2, with it being a more powerful machine, and obviously bigger games are now being able to be adapted for the Switch 2, it's going to mean more cartridge space needed. So at the moment, I think there's only 64 GB that's only available, and knowing the production of those 64 GB cartridges, and they're going to be very expensive. So a lot of the third-party companies, I've either opted to put it onto a key card or a code only. Some of it I can understand, and some of it I can't, because obviously if CD Projekt Red can manage to do it, I can't see why other companies can do it. And I'm guessing that they kind of don't want to take the risk of spending a lot of money on a 64 GB cart, and then the game doesn't sell. So I can kind of understand that. Now my taking it, I'm kind of in the middle, because for me, I do prefer having it physically, and rather than having to download it. But if it means that that this is the only way that you're going to get big games coming to the Switch 2, and then they're not going to take that option in paying for it, because again, it's not us that's going to have to pay for the manufacturing of the 64 GB storage on the cartridges. It's the developers, or some of the developers, like I said, Capcom probably could afford to do it. It's not our money, it's their money. So on the one hand, I prefer having it physical, but on the one hand, I can understand why they will do this, because again, it is expensive, and some of them maybe don't want to take risks, and then they're not going to be releasing 8 GB or 16, even if they could. It's just going to start off from 64, and probably going to get bigger than that, depending on the actual games. And there's even some games where even if they did put it on a 64 GB cart, it wouldn't completely fit on it, so you still would have to do some downloading anyway. So it's kind of quite a rough area in terms of what people's opinion is on key cards. And obviously, for example, how key cards work is, as I said, the main game isn't on the actual cartridge itself, so you do get a cart. There's minimal information on there, so it's just enough to where you put the cart into the Switch 2. It then downloads the game onto your Switch 2. Obviously, you got to make sure you got enough space, and especially if you're gonna use an SD flash card, so that you got even more memory, and that then will download the game. Now, even when you've downloaded the game, obviously with the key card in there, you have to keep the key card in there, even though you've downloaded it, otherwise it still won't work. You do have the option of being able to obviously lend it to a friend, so then they can download it and then they can use it. Obviously, if you've downloaded it yourself, you won't be able to use it unless you have the key card, which acts as a license. And also, you have the option, if say, for example, you don't want the game anymore, the key card game anymore, you can actually sell the game with the cart still in there, and then obviously they can download it, and it'll be the same kind of process. So in some ways, when it comes to the selling on factor of it, I think that's kind of great, because obviously if you buy games which have the downloadable code in it, once you've downloaded it, you have no option of being able to sell it. So you start there. And I think a lot of people don't realize that there's some Xbox and PlayStation games where it pretty much acts like a key card. So I think the new Doom game that came out, that's a similar thing, where you would think, because of the amount of storage on the Blu-ray disc, that they would have to fit the game on there, and then you wouldn't have to download it. But again, that acts like a key card as well, except it's a disc. And a similar thing with Indiana Jones, with the new Indiana Jones game on the PlayStation 5. If you buy that physically, where that acts like the disc acts like a key card. And there's quite a few other games across the different systems in the past that have done similar things, where it just the disc that you insert into your game console just acts like a key card, similar to what this does. So it seems, unfortunately, we're heading down that that inevitable future when it comes to, you know, games and not being on there. So yeah, sometimes I do miss the days of how games used to be. Again, you can see this is sealed, and it's still got Nintendo's thing on there, so you can tell that that it is official and it's being tampered with. Again, what I opted to do, as I said before, it was 24. I think it was 24.40. I paid for it, and then I just opted for the new thing that they're doing on Amazon UK, where with items through them, they allow you to do a 3-month payment, where a payment plan where you can pay for the game over 3 months, and then on top of that, it's interest free as well. And I think you can manage it. So in a sense that I think if you maybe pay for the first month, you probably could effectively just pay it off straight, because it does allow you to manage the payment, so you probably can change it. But I do like the idea that on certain, obviously with the price of games increasing, whether it's Nintendo, Xbox or PlayStation, that Amazon are now give you that flexibility where you're able to spread the cost over 3 months and it's interest free. So I would love to see other I know some other people do it, but obviously their system is slightly different, and I don't know if they charge you interest. So we got the case there. Again, as I said before, this game was on the 3DS, and you got the banner there. So I'm hopefully gonna try and pick up more Switch 2 games, and you can see the inside of there. As I was saying, that this is the key card, so there's no game on there. I don't know if that's reversible. Is there something behind it? So I don't know if it's reversible. And it just says Bravely Default 10th anniversary. So you can look at the fantastic artwork there. And I do like these. I do like the red cases because it's not just a solid red case. It's kind of it's like a red. It's like a neon red, and it's kind of transparent. So I do actually like that. And then that's the space where obviously you would have the instruction manual, which obviously you don't get anymore, or warranty and paperwork. As I said, you do get, I don't know if it's any lighter, it just feels the same to me. And you do get the disc here, not the disc, the cart here, as you can see. You can hear it kind of moving around there. And obviously there's a minimal amount of information, so that the actual game isn't on there. So it's just about a matter of just obviously downloading it, because obviously it acts like a key card. And one final thing that I do want to say, what I've noticed is that when I've looked at reviews of Switch 2 games on Amazon UK, I don't know what it's like on Amazon.com or around the world. I've seen people giving them the Switch 2 games, some of them anyway, and bad reviews by saying, oh, it's a key card or it's a code, and then they're saying that it doesn't, claiming that it doesn't tell them. And if you clearly look at the actual game, and also if you enlarge the picture that they advertise for the game itself, you can clearly see that it does, as you can see here, it does say game key card or downloadable code. So you have the option of whether or not that you should buy the game or you shouldn't buy the game, so you kind of know. And some of these reviewers on Amazon who are doing that, I think it's a bit silly, because you can clearly see that it actually says that let's see if I can enlarge this a little bit. It actually says that on the actual front of it. So it's not like you're not knowing what you're getting into when you're ordering a game. So you don't know that it is a key card or it's a downloadable code, and then it's only when you get it that you realise that it is. So I think that's I do think that's a bit silly and a bit petty in my book. Whether or not you agree with game key cards or not, at least you know what it is, and you can easily check it up just to make sure it actually is. Because I do that with some games where, for example, if they re-release a special edition version of a game, say like a Mortal Kombat or Injustice 2, where they've released DLC and packs for characters, and sometimes, I know obviously with the Capcom Street Fighter games, if you buy the game secondhand, for example, you're not going to get the extra character DLC characters with that special edition, because all they do is that they add the game and put in a code, and obviously with it being secondhand, it's not going to be useless. Whereas the Injustice 2 games and the Mortal Kombat games, they keep all, if you really, they released a complete edition of it, they put all the characters on the actual disc itself, and then you normally, if you read up on the information of it on Amazon, it actually tells you that it's all on the disc, so you kind of know. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to playing this. So I don't normally play these kind of turn-based RPGs. I'm kind of rubbish at them, to be honest. But you know, for the price that it was at, and it's something that's a little bit different to what I normally would get and play. I thought, why not give it a try? So yeah, I'm happy about getting this next set for the price of it, and plus it's my first Switch 2 game, so I'm really kind of pleased about that, being finally being able to actually get it, and it, as I said before, it arrived quite quickly. So this is Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster for the Nintendo Switch 2, and I want to clearly state that the game is a key card. So for those of you who don't already know, and I'm stating that that is the case. Anyway, I hope people enjoyed this video. Please feel free to share your friends and family. Also, if you give this video a thumbs up, I would highly appreciate that. That will allow people to find my YouTube channel and content. And this is because of YouTube algorithms favor the bigger YouTubers, so their channels and content get advertised in the YouTube recommendation page. So it would be nice to get some new subscribers checking out my channel. And speaking of subscribing, if you already haven't, please consider subscribing if you want to see stuff like this, where it's video game unboxings, video game playthroughs, food and drink reviews, where I recently did the Iron Brew 1901 original recipe, clothing pickups, where if you check out my channel, I've done lots of sportswear, and especially some sales I got over the months and year from JD Sports. I do have a couple more other items to showcase, and some new t-shirts that I got, which are going to be superhero related, and some other new footwear gear that I got for Christmas. So if you're into clothing pickups, you're going to be in for a real treat. Also monthly vlogs, which I've been up to for the last month, going up to next month, and also rant videos when deemed necessary, and also YouTube shorts as well. Beauty products, whether it's body washes, shower gels, bath salts, and facial products, or aftershaves. And what I normally do is, after a few weeks of use, I normally do a follow-up video and telling you whether or not if I recommend that particular product and if it's money for value. Also Blu-ray and Blu-ray Steelbook unboxings, as well as on a rare occasion DVD unboxings, my Blu-ray and Blu-ray Steelbook collection, as well as my DVD limited edition collection. A few months ago, I recently did a video on the VHS cassette of the 1985 movie Back to the Future, which you can check out. I did the follow-up on the VHS cassette of Back to the Future Part 2, which you can check out as well. And I will be doing the last movie in the series franchise with Back to the Future Part 3 on VHS cassette, so you can check out that as well. Also comics, and I've been loving the Absolute series from DC Comics. Also my comic book collection, comic book graphic novels, which you can check out, Batman and the Free Jokers, which you can check out, and there's going to be many more graphic novels to come. Also statues and figures. I've recently picked up some new figures. One of them you should have seen by the time this uploads, and it's of the 6-inch Superman figure from the new Superman movie, which I will be seeing at some point and doing a short review of, and maybe even the first impressions of, as well as hopefully the Fantastic Four first steps. Also I've picked up something else super related, something video game related to a video game character and franchise, which I'll be filming after this. Also something Star Wars related, and also something Back to the Future related that I've got, which I've already filmed and should be uploading at some point. You can also check out my other videos that I've done from a few years ago of the Art FX Justice League statues based on the New 52 designs, and those statues were kindly donated to me by a friend of mine who had quite a few figures and statues ranging from the DC to Marvel. So I'll be showcasing those. So I've got quite a few, and also I've picked up other figures during the January January sales, the previous January sales, and previous Christmases as well. So we've got quite a lot of figures to showcase, and they will be DC, Marvel, Star Wars, Transformers related, in terms of the 1986 animated movie, and video game related and film related as well. So check out those videos. I am going to try and create some kind of a playlist, even though I'm going to figure out how to actually do that. So I will be doing that in the future. So when I finally figure that out. Trying to think also what I do as well. Also gadgets and DIY products as well that I showcase on my channel, and film memorabilia stuff, which will be Back to Future related, which you can tell how much I love that movie. So you got that to look forward to. Also, I do accessories, whether it's for gaming, which I've done a series of different battery packs for the Xbox controllers, and also a glass screen protector for the Nintendo Switch 2, which you can check out me installing it, and also me unboxing the original item when it was released, and also accessories for mobile phones and laptops as well. You can also think what else thinking what else I do as well. Also electrical products as well. I've done a microwave unboxing and 3 Vax products, which 2 out of the 3 I will be doing follow-up reviews of as well. Art books, recently done 3, and that was of the movie Gemini Man, Black Panther Wakanda, and the art and making of Pacific Rim Uprising. So you can check out those. Normally those hardback art books go anywhere between £30 to £35 each hardback, but Forbidden Planet, I've got a good selection of art books on sale in there, and they can range anywhere between, when I got those particular ones, range between £2.99 and £4.99. I do have some other art books that I've purchased during the summer and previous summer and previous Christmas sales and January sales as well, and they will be hardback, and they'll be ranging from movies, TV shows, and video games, and also some other art books I've had in my collection over the years, and especially of superheroes, especially in particular the Dark Knight, and also of the James Bond franchise as well. So you've got all that to look forward to. Also check out my unboxing of the Nintendo Switch 2, which is currently up on my channel. I had to re-upload it because a few weeks ago, because I don't know why it disappeared, but you can check out that as well with my unique take on it. Also, I've done a series of comparison videos comparing the different components of the Nintendo Switch 1 to the Switch 2. So you can check out those videos as they're uploaded. Also, movie and TV show recommendation and reviews as well, and I've done quite a few of them. I've recently done Batman Returns, which you can check out that short review. Great movie and a great Blu-ray steelbook. And Batman Forever, similar thing, whether it's a decent sequel, not to say it's completely great, which you can listen out for in there. The Blu-ray steelbook is kind of fantastic as well. Also, of the movie Sudden Death, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme and Powers Booth, you can check out that review. And also of Iron Man, you can check out that review as well. Star Trek 3: The Search for Spock, you can check out that review as well. Great Blu-ray steelbook as well. Mission Impossible, you can check out that review. Again, great movie, great Blu-ray steelbook. Iron Man, which is absolutely one of my favourite Marvel movies. You can check out that as well. And the 1982 movie Tron, again, the movie's way ahead of its time. The effects are just fantastic. It looks really great on Blu-ray. Great Blu-ray steelbook. And also of the 1982 movie Star Trek 2: The Wrath of Khan. Again, classic Star Trek movie. Really great Blu-ray steelbook. And you get 2 versions of the movie, the theatrical cut and the director's cut. Again, as I said, I should be doing this seeing Superman as well as Fantastic Four First Steps when it comes out towards the end of July. So hopefully I should be able to see them, and then you'll see my reviews, my opinions on the actual movies themselves, and there will be many more reviews of movies, old and new, coming to my YouTube channel, so stay tuned for that. I'm trying to think if I've missed out anything else, which I don't think I have. And yeah, Christmas 2023, we hit 500 YouTube subs. Early 2024, we hit 600 subs, and as of the 13th, which thank God it's not a Friday, we're way over 800 YouTube subscribers, so we're only about 20 away from 900 YouTube subscribers. So again, thank you to all of you who subscribe to my YouTube channel, whether or not you're a regular YouTube subscriber or you recently subscribed. A big thank you to all of you. If there's any question that you want asked about a particular product, then please feel free to ask, and I'll do the best I can in answering any of your questions. Hopefully we can hit the 900 YouTube subscriber mark, and then the big 1,000 YouTube subscribers, which is been my big target for the last few years. So again, big thank you to each and every one of you. If I could thank you, each and every one of you, I would, but without you guys, my channel wouldn't be where it is today. So special thank you to each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. I also live stream on Twitch. To find me on there, same name as my YouTube name, just add the number 76. If you're still having trouble finding my YouTube channel and care to follow me on there, I will leave the link in the description box. I don't have a set schedule when I live stream, mainly because of my busy, hectic personal life and health issues as well. So it's a day-by-day basis when I can and can't stream. If there isn't any copyright material, I normally try to export the videos to YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, on a rare occasion I do live stream on there. It'll be casual gaming, so it'll be beat 'em ups, shoot 'em ups, platform games, sports games, racing games, things like that. If you can't make the streams, then that's fine. The videos will be kept up. As of 2 months ago, I did 2 birthday streams. You can check out those. I thought it would be nice to have some live viewership. I know people can't always make it because they're working or they're different time zone. But yeah, but it would be nice to have some live viewership if people do see it. So hit the notification bell on the off chance I do live stream. And again, as I said, the videos will be kept up. And just leaves me to say, wherever you are in the world, please stay safe. Be kind to each other, and I will see you again on the next video. Bye for now.